those of you who are tuning in right now, we've got a great show here. As you can see right next to me, I've got Jonathon Boogie Long.
It's the official kickoff to the weekend. Get ready for a genuine force for good music, art, culture, comedy, and local events. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Watson here on Take It to the Mat.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Matt Watson here. We're taking it to the mat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you on the radio, you are in for a treat. Those of you on Facebook Live, you already can see who's sitting here with me. We've got a hell of a show here for you today. I've got Jonathon Boogie Long. He's here to talk about how he got to where he is in the music. Well, I've seen him multiple times. Y'all probably have too. But tonight at Phil Brady's on Government Street, he's got the celebration of the release of his new record, Parables of a Southern Man. So he's going to be talking about that and playing a tune off that record. You'll hear that. It's a time to go crack one at home if you're sitting there. But I'll tell you what, Jonathon, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure, thanks.
Man, it's
Thanks.
great to have you here. We were talking as we were coming in. I've seen you multiple places here, and you told the story about how you won a competition and you ended up touring with B.B. King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you got to the point where you were that stout and you end up opening up for B.B. King.
Well, I mean, I've been playing music since I was a kid. I've been on the road since I was probably 14. And won Guitar Center's King of the Blues. I wore the right suit on the right days. And I won, some money, and it didn't really do a whole lot other than, give me a little recognition. And then one of the owners of Jazz Fest, or the owner of Jazz Fest, came and heard me play at Rock and Bowl one night. Mm-hmm. And he helped me get my first management deal and whatnot. And then shortly after that, I toured. I got to tour B.B. King in 2013. So
That's
that was.
awesome. So you started playing when you were 14?
So no, I started playing guitar when I was 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
But I got my first gig, my first serious, gig that could be considered serious.
Yeah.
You
made any money?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah.
At 14? Yeah. That's good?
Yeah, I mean, it was not as much, but
well,
I mean,
14.
What can you ask for?
Yeah.
I was doing what I wanted to.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so you got to start somewhere. And, I played with Henry.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Yeah, Henry Turner Jr. We were talking about Henry
Yeah.
Turner Jr., who was on the show, did the Soul Food Festival. Has got Henry Turner's listening room over at North Street.
I'm 14. My parents, actually, it's crazy. My parents signed partial custody of me over to him at that time.
Oh, yeah?
So I could play in clubs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different style of music than the direction that I ended up going, but really I'm a gumbo when it comes down to it. Everything's kind of blues rooted, but I write a lot of different styles. So
okay.
So
you have your first gig at 14. Where was that at?
I mean, I'm just talking about just on the road, playing festivals and shows.
Gotcha. So you're out making tracks and all
yeah,
I was
playing.
14.
Yeah, I was in a 1988 Company Astro van.
Yeah.
Going all over the country.
Rock
yeah.
on.
And then I played the college. I played what they would call the Brotherhood circuit.
Oh yeah.
We played all the frat parties and stuff. Played
Yeah.
with a hip hop cover band called Too Hypnotic that used to be real big.
Yeah.
And I mean that was my coming up playing music. Before I really started making my own thing as an artist. I mean, I played as a sideman in Luther Kent's band, so that was cutting my teeth playing blues, and I mean, so I'm open for almost everybody, from ZZ Top to Greg Allman to Jimmy Vaughn to, I mean.
That's great. How much time before we got to do a take-up break? We got plenty of time. So tonight, my good friend Joe Hall at Phil Brady's is hosting y'all tonight for the release of your album, Parables of a Southern Man. Tell me where you get that title from.
Well, I'm a storyteller in a sense. A parable's a story, and then one of my favorite songwriters had a record called Parables and Primes. So that's kind of where the name kind of sprung into my head from that record he released a long time ago, Danny Schmidt from Austin.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I'm a Southern man, and I tell stories. It hit all platforms. I'm doing signed copies myself, so you got to go to jonathonlongmusic.com for that. But Wild Heart Records put the record out, so Samantha Fish produced it, and it's on her label. and you know, I'm excited to like be back out playing again.
How many tracks on the record?
12 tracks on the record. Coming out today, July 2nd, and it hit all platforms. I'm doing signed copies myself, so you got to go to jonathonmusic.com for that. But Wild Heart Records put the record out, so Samantha Fish produced it, and a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So you recorded that in the studio here in Baton Rouge?
I recorded in New Orleans.
Okay.
We did the rhythm section was done at Jake Eckert's place, who plays for the who they call the No Lie Suspects.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second part we did at No Lie Recording Studios, Mike Harvey's place. So I did all of my guitar tracks and the vocals at Mike's place, and we tracked the rhythm section at Jake's place.
So you did a whole lot of different spaces, people in different spaces, all through 2020, through all this social distancing, or you waited till
the
later?
record was really ready at the beginning of 2020. We just couldn't put it out till now.
Yeah.
It was ready to come out in 2020. I mean, that was.
But you couldn't have put a show together at that time. That was so tough.
We did it like, September, October, and then finished it up in like December, the end of December, beginning of January. So like, two different like 3 or 4 day sessions. We probably, not the editing and stuff, but the actual physical recording part of it probably took 6 days. Total. Because the rhythm tracks just happen. You play them so many times, you get rhythm tracks, and then you kind of go in those other 3 days and just doctor everything up. I mean.
So did you have a live band that was used to playing those tracks before?
No, it was a studio band.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it was. We had a hurdle. We had a drummer that was going to be. We had a drummer we had to get rid of. I don't say names, but.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then we got the right mix.
See, I put out a CD in '93, but we only took like 2-3 days to do it because we went in and basically did our live set.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what made it really quick.
Oh, yeah.
But to have a studio band and have all those guys, were they reading charts and everything?
Well, we would. I made a few charts, and that's the reason you hire professional guys.
Yeah.
That's that's why the studio musician, they can listen to anything and just.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm here. We're going for a break here. You stick around because you're going to hear a song from Jonathon Boogie Long on the other side of this. Stick around with us to take it to the mat on the other side of this break.
My kind of woman, she treat me right, keep me warm on the coldest nights. Always get along, don't fuss and fight.
All right, welcome back to Take It to the Mat. You're hearing My Kind of Woman by this guy, Jonathon Boogie Long, who is going to be doing his album release party tonight at Phil Brady's on Government Street, 4848 Government Street. I had to look up the address. I've been there about 1,000,000 times, but I never knew the address. Y'all know where it is. You go there Monday night to get Dollar Burger Night. If people run in the neighborhood, they always end up back there. It's a great place. Go say hi to Joe. He's going to be busy, but say hi to him while you're there. He's a great guy. I need to do my ad right here. This show couldn't be brought to you without Balm Environmental. Balm Environmental is on a mission to clean up East Baton Rouge Parish and create a better quality of life for everyone who calls it home. From attacking debris that trashes our streets and fills our drainage, causing flooding. Anybody get any flooding? To finding a permanent solution to our dump tire problem. Balm Environmental maintains this mission through environmental innovation and proper planning. To see what Balm can do for you, go to Balm, B-A-U-M, environmentalgroup.com. Proud sponsor of all things that make EBR great. And another thing that we got here, the great folks at Capital Grocery throw me something to show you, and we get to tell you what it tastes like. This Port Orleans Pina Colada Gose. So let's crack this open here right next to the microphone so people can hear what they're missing. There you go.
I had a deep one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations on the new record.
I appreciate that.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So if you're down,
Wow.
if you're down by
Yeah, that's good.
7th in Spanish Town, go to the Big Red grocery store down there. Go see Ann. Go see Alden. Alden knows everything about the beer. Ann knows everything else. Get breakfast, get lunch, eat inside, eat outside, take it back to work with you. People in there are as sweet as can be. The food is incredible. It's worth your time. It's convenient if you're working downtown. If you go there once, you're going to go there again. So thanks again for Capital Grocery. This is incredible beer. Again, Port Orleans, Pina Colada Gose, and they've got tons of different beers. And Robert's going to be talking in the second half of the show about all the beer that he's got. And I know they've got some stuff that you probably brought in. So great folks at Capital Grocery. Go by and see them. Man, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so before we went to commercial, we talked about recording. You had a bunch of studio musicians come in. You did a lot of things at different spots. You had pros that get to lock things up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's very quick. You essentially try to get 4 songs a day, at least. You know, if you can get 5, that's good. But you want to do 4 a day and then get all 12 done in 3 days.
Man, I'll tell you, when I record, we were talking about me recording something. This is back in '93. We actually changed singers.
Oh yeah.
While we were in the studio, we had to let a guy go because he went in, recorded a bunch of stuff. Then he left with his girlfriend, and I went and recorded 2 of the tracks. And then we went and ran into him later on in the day, and we're like, "Hey, listen to this, listen to this." And he goes, "That's not me, but it sounds good. I kind of understand." But anyway, so. You're not going to be replaced on a Jonathon Boogie Long record. So you said you in the past you've had to change some of the staff you had working with you, some of the musicians you had with you, but
yeah, sometimes you have to do that. It's definitely in a studio situation. It's got to be the right fit.
Oh sure.
So,
and you've got a group of guys that you try.
Yeah, I have a couple of different bands that it just kind of depends on who's available.
Mm-hmm.
But
everybody knows your stuff. They're ready to hop in.
Everybody knows their stuff.
Hop in something a little newer than an Astrovan.
Yeah. A little bit.
Gotcha. So we talked about the show that you're going to be doing tonight at Phil Brady's. Then where's the next stop for Boogie Long?
I'm playing Farber Road Brewery on 4th of July for their Blues and Barbecue Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to I'm doing. I'll be at the Baton Rouge Blues Fest in September, and Bogalusa Blues Fest. October is, in August I'm gonna be at Michael Arnold's Crawfish Fest in New Jersey. So I'm just traveling a little bit. I'm really kind of doing festivals and more of that sort of thing right now. Every now and then I'll do like an evening where it's like a acoustic deal. And,
sure.
I got to talk to Chris at Red Dragon, so I'm gonna see about doing something there. Like a songwriter kind of thing.
That's a good intimate spot.
I'm doing a show on. I want to say it's September 3rd, and I can't really say anything about it yet because the official announcement hadn't been done. But,
see, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You get a little hint. On
a little
something.
hint, yeah. September 3rd.
You can't even talk about,
September 3rd in Livingston Parish. We got a good show.
There you go.
It's
there you go.
So.
God, it must feel great to be back out playing music in front of a good-sized crowd after 2020.
Not looking at a screen.
Yeah.
You
did a lot of stuff that
I did some Facebook Live stuff.
Facebook Live.
I did some writing and just kind of did my own thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, you got to make the best of what.
Yeah, what you can do, right? Yeah.
So a lot of people, I would hope, be writing it during the time where they kind of were.
Yeah,
have
inspired.
Somebody sneak over and say hi, but you couldn't have more than 10 people.
Right. That's right.
Well, this is awesome, man. You were going to play a tune for us, and then we could play the tune. We'd talk about that tune, talk about a whole lot of other stuff. But what tune was it that you were going to play?
It's called The Ride. It's my second tune on the record. I kind of write a lot of different styles, and I try to find something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like my more rockin' tune, But
Okay.
this is more acoustic. This is an acoustic version, obviously. But,
Gotcha.
All
right, give us a shoot.
Yeah.
Let it rock. Let it rip. Jonathon Boogie Long, The Ride.
Needed to get away truck that did 110. I took all my stuff and I packed it in, just me. Yeah, no one by my side. I don't know where I was going, but I knew I had to ride. Looking for a better place, a place where nobody knows my name, far away from the lights and fame, a place I can ease my weary mind. I don't know where that is, I hope to find it on the ride. Pedal to the metal, turn off the GPS. When I see the perfect place, I'll stop to rest. I found love, I found peace. I found the ones that give the most and those that give the least. But I never found a place to rest, ease my weary mind. No time for slowing down, the answer is to ride.
Well, all right.
All
All right. All right.
right. That's a more rocking
Yeah.
tune, you know.
Well,
It's got the metal riff.
Yeah. But people can hear this
Yeah.
and everything else from your album, plus some other stuff tonight at Phil Brady's.
That's
At
right,
4048 848 Government Street,
Yeah.
Joe Hall's place. I mean, when the doors open tonight?
I mean, doors are always open.
Well, I know that, but
from-
when are
but
people
at
gonna-
8 o'clock about, and then we're just going to start the show at 9.
Okay,
So-
start the show at 9. Man, alive. So, you say you do different kind of music for different. You want to write different kind of stories.
I write a
as you
lot.
said,
I write a
stories.
lot of different styles.
Okay.
I write a lot of country Americana.
Mhm.
I write a lot of blues rock. I write funk soul stuff. I
Mhm.
write. I mean, I just I've written reggae tunes.
Mhm.
It's just whatever fits the style of the tune.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Different types of things.
You
know?
you finally just you pick up the guitar and you just get a feeling. Whatever you might have been listening to or
Yeah,
or,
well, I mean, sometimes it's that way, but a lot of times I just try to come with I'll come up with a melody or just some kind of line
Mhm.
and just roll with it from there, you know?
I've talked to people who said this guy told me a story. He said I had a thumbtack that was in the heel of one of my shoes, and I was walking with somebody, and it made a rhythm, and we wrote a song when we rocked home because that rhythm, the thumbtack was in the heel of my left shoe.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, man, we were walking, it made a certain rhythm, so we wrote that, and he said, man, we came up with the song just
That
because
was-
I stepped on a tack.
That's right. Oh, yeah. And it's it could be easy like that. You can start with just like writing down, how you felt when you woke up that morning, what made you feel that way.
Yeah.
And come up with a song like that. I mean, I've taught songwriting classes and stuff where it's, you teach people kind of how easy it is to just come up with something just off of how you're feeling.
Tell us about where you teach the songwriting.
Well, that was at
long
different
time
couple
ago?
camps. Yeah,
Oh,
it's been a
okay,
while
gotcha.
back, but I mean, I was the rock director at Battle Bay Camp for the Arts in Pennsylvania for
Okay.
a little, for a couple sessions, and
Cool.
so I've been teaching since I was young. I've got 2 guitar instructional DVDs out now because I don't really teach anymore. But
Yeah.
um,
You too busy?
well, yeah, I just just taking time to do it. It's time consuming
Mm-hmm.
because you wanna give people I'm gonna word it right, the respect.
Mm-hmm.
Give people the respect enough to do it on a regular basis so that they can actually grow and progress.
Okay. So if you had a student, you'd want to stick with them
Yeah,
for a long time?
once every couple weeks or whatever,
Yeah.
and not get in a situation where you're so busy that you have to reschedule because really it takes staying on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And making sure that they're
they're
doing what you told them to
practicing.
do.
Yeah, making sure they're practicing. I show people things that they can just sit down and play on their couch and get better. So I mean,
Yeah.
but
Where was one of your favorite places? You played outside the United States?
Man, I have. I've played Romania, Kosovo, Germany. I've done cruises from Barcelona, Spain to Monte Carlo, Valletta, Malta. I mean, I played a lot of places.
Now, our mutual acquaintance, your dear friend, Henry Turner Jr. talked about playing outside the United States. Well, I played with my brother with the trumpet player David Dunbar, and he would talk about how different, especially jazz, was received in Europe versus playing around the United States. Did you see a difference?
People go hear music there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. And now, I believe that COVID really helped out in the sense that it made people realize how lucky we were to have what we had. It was like we took a lot of things for granted, you know. And but in Europe, they go hear music.
Yeah.
Like they print my name wrong. They'd be like John Long Boogie Quartet America in parentheses, and it'd be packed.
Yeah.
It'd be sold out. All you gotta do is print America. They could say I don't want to say anything out of line, but they could say the boys are back in town, America.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's gonna sell out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
just any name.
Any name.
As long as they just said
matter.
it was from America.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
awesome.
you know, I played a festival over there. I brought a certain amount of CDs, and I could have brought 5 times.
Yeah.
I sold out of CDs for the whole trip. I had 3 shows. I sold out in 5 minutes for the entire trip. Like every CD that I brought. Like I said, if I sell these CDs, I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought that many CDs, sold out in 5 minutes, and then I could have sold 400 or 500 more CDs at that show alone, plus, you know, plus whatever the other shows were. So it was insane, man. We had people fighting for pictures. And
I went to Ireland a couple of years ago, and being in the Temple Bar area of Dublin, you hear all these karaoke, you know, drunk people karaoke.
Definitely.
Every single song they're singing is Brown Eyed Girl, Born in the USA. Heard that one. Everything was the United States. I mean, I didn't even hear Rolling Stones or Led Zeppelin or anything.
Right.
They were playing everything that was U.S., like classic rock U.S.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's
so
awesome.
that just goes to show it's universal. Brown Eyed Girl everywhere.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely. I know a lot of brown-eyed girls that are sick of that song, to tell you the truth, because they hear it all the time. But okay, Jonathon Boogie Long at Phil Brady's tonight, 4848 Government Street. You don't have anything better to do tonight than get over there to Phil Brady's and see Jonathon Boogie Long. Go get a CD. You're gonna have some signed CDs
I
with
will
you?
have signed CDs tonight, fresh off the press.
There you go.
So.
There you go. Well, I can't thank you enough for coming in. I appreciate you taking the time.
My pleasure.
I appreciate you playing.
Thank you.
I hope everybody at home appreciated seeing him play a rockin' song acoustic. So again, cheers again. Cheers for you.
Cheers to you,
Thank
sir.
you so
Thank you
much
for
for
having me.
coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break right now. We'll be back with Take It to the Mat.
Matt always appreciates when you tune in. Make sure you listen next Friday at 6 p.m. or any time of the day or night on YouTube or Facebook with Take It to the Mat.